Welcome back, viewers. Today we will be testing the ultimate trading oscillator. But before we do, if you have not watched our first video and the videos after that, you need to go do that now. At the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. And as a team, we will all profit from it when we are done. You can find a link to the first video down below. You can also find a link to sign up for TradingView down below. If you use the link below, you will save a little bit of money. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Discord is a free group communication platform. On our Discord server, we are having great conversations about all things regarding trading. One of the biggest struggles on this channel is people who use other platforms like pt2 being able to follow along. Sometimes it can be hard to find the indicators we are using on other platforms. And so on our Discord server, I have created a channel for indicator creation. And on that channel, I pinned links to freelancers who can code indicators for MT or for TradingView. So if you don't want to create a TradingView account, you can hire a freelancer for a really small fee and have them code an indicator for the MT platform. Or if you are on TradingView and need an indicator created, something unique or an indicator for a system you have developed, you can also have them code PineScript. So use the link for either pt2 coding or use the link for PineScript. Lastly, I get a lot of people that are asking me for the entire list of all the winning indicators that we have tested to date. And whereas I am not a big proponent of gatekeeping information, I've put a lot of time and effort into creating the content on my YouTube channel. And so I don't think it is too much to ask for the viewers to go through and view the content that I've spent a lot of time creating. Now, if you are not interested in supporting our channel by going back and watching the content that I have created, then I have developed a solution for you. I've created a Patreon account. I will put a link to it down below in the description. If you sign up for Patreon and you sign up for the $9 a month account, I will send you the full list of tested and winning indicators to date. I will also send you an updated list of the indicators that we are testing at the end of each week. Now, of course, you have to stay subscribed to the $9 monthly subscription, to continue to receive the updated list of indicators. But that way it will provide me with the support that I need to continue to provide the free content that I am putting out for everybody to view. Now, if you just love the channel in general and want to support us, then there is also a lower, I think $3 Patreon subscription that you can sign up for that will also help support the channel and keep things going, so that way I can continue to produce the content and the open information that we are creating here in this channel and in our Discord server. Again, if you have not signed up for our Discord, then you need to do that as well. It is a absolutely free platform where we have real-time ability to chat and have conversations about trading. And again, if you want to support the channel with Patreon, then you can find the link down below in the description. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the ultimate trading oscillator. But before we do, wanted to put the indicator scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested 145 indicators. And out of those 145 indicators, 60 of them have been winners, which means that they have met or exceeded the 60% win-loss ratio threshold that we have set for them. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. But as we are working on building the best trading system possible, you could take any one of those 60 indicators and get out there and start potentially profitably trading the markets with them now. So go back and watch those videos, make a list of those indicators, and get out there and see what you can do with them. But stick with us here as we work on maximizing your trading profits. All right, so today's indicator. This is the indicator, the same indicator that we had in the last video. It is the ultimate, it's actually the ultimate trader oscillator, I believe, is what it is, not the ultimate trading oscillator. So the ultimate trader oscillator. And in the last video, we were discussing how the creator didn't really note exactly how this indicator should be traded. And so, and I explained in that video, I think it was that video or one of the last recent videos, that if you create indicators on TradingView, it would be extremely helpful if you did a thorough note on how exactly you intend the indicator to be used. And that can be whether or not you intended it to be used with other indicators or a standalone, or whatever your mindset is behind how the indicator works. I think it is absolutely amazing that there is a vast community of people out there who create indicators and love coding and creating the different indicators and such. But I think it is such a shame that we can't understand how to use your work. I mean, people put such hard work and effort into creating these indicators and coding things, just for the average person to never use it because we can't understand exactly what your mind was thinking of when you created the indicator. We can't understand exactly your intentions behind how the indicator was meant to be used. And I feel like that is just that is a vast loss in the community when that happens. If you spend that much time creating an indicator, then it would be absolutely amazing if people used it and had the ability to understand what you intended it to be used for. So just my thoughts behind it, just how I think about it. If I spent tons and tons of time creating something for the general public, something that I was passionate about, I would want nothing more than people to be able to understand what I was doing with it, and for me to give information on what I was thinking about or how I intended it to be used, or what my mind frame was when I was creating such things. So all right, with all that ramblings being done with, like I said, the creator of this really didn't give a lot of information on how it should be traded. Now, they did say that it wasn't necessarily fully complete, in that it seemed like what they were saying was that they created this script, this indicator, and I feel like what they intended was for other people to come and build on top of it. And so, in that aspects, it might be missing a few pieces that maybe the original creator had in mind. Not really sure. But all we can do is use it the way that that the the best way that we can conclude just from looking at it. And so, of course, this is a TradingView member created indicator. So you can find a link to it down below in the description. The last time we traded it, we used the sentiment portion of it. And so we have the area in the background. Let me do this. Let me bring it up a little bit. Let me go here. Let me go there. And let me do this. And so we had basically this area right here. And I call it an area because it's really a histogram, but not in histogram form. So this would be a histogram bars. That is your stereotypical histogram, but they plotted it as an area instead. And so an area or a histogram in the background. And this is what they called sentiment. If you go and you look at it here, they labeled it as sentiment. And so I'm assuming that what they mean by that is that that area is the market sentiment or the overall general direction that the market is heading in. And so that's how we tested it, because that seemed to be the most obvious, red, green signals. You can't get any more obvious than that. But I would assume that the ultimate oscillating line here, which is the blue and orange line, obviously was intended to be used in some fashion. And I can only assume that since they put the sentiment on the chart as well, that was probably intended to be used with the ultimate oscillator as well. But they don't seem to quite line up. I've looked at this multiple times, and it just doesn't seem to quite mesh very well. And so, just as an example, let's look at this area. Let's look at what we have on screen right now. So I would say that the most logical way to use this is and let me do this because, again, it drives me crazy. I want my things to be color-coded, kind of matching. That's just me, just one of my little quirks. Anyways, so it just makes your eye flow a little bit easier into what's happening. And so when the green, I assume the green portion, or what would have been the blue, is sell, or a buy signal. And what would have been the orange would be a sell signal. And so I would assume intuition would tell me that if I'm getting a buy signal or a sell signal on the oscillator, that if the sentiment also lines up with that, then that would be, a very strong signal. But if we look at this area right here, you can see this in multiple, instances, leading up to this. But you can see that the oscillator went red, which is a sell, and you can see that the sentiment was still green. And so that's just a cross. I would say that this method would work on the cross, up or down the zero line cross. So as it crosses the zero line, if the oscillator is red and the sentiment is red, then that would be a really strong signal. But rarely do you get that. You see, I guess this one here does. This one here does not. This one here does not. And there are just multiple instances where it just doesn't line up. So I feel like it's not a very good way of trading it, because the signals are just so far and few between. It doesn't seem like they are lining up very well at all. And so the other way I would think intuition would tell me to trade this is, let's say the market sentiment, let's say the ultimate oscillator is down below the 0 line in the red position, and sentiment finally catches up and is also in the red position, and it goes green. We would ignore that as a buy because the sentiment doesn't line up with it. And then once it comes back down, it crosses down the 0 line in the red position and sentiment is also agreeing, then that would be a short. But again, it gives very few signals when doing that. Now that's not to say that, you know, it can't work, and maybe if you put it on a lower time frame, that could work out. I'm not really sure, and so I'm just kind of going by intuition and my experience with indicators, and lining things up as far as, you know, one signal to another. So I think what we're going to do on this particular one is we are going to turn off the sentiment, and I think we're going to just test the I think we're just going to test the oscillating line itself and see what we can get out of the oscillating line. And then maybe in the next video, what we can test is the oscillating line changing colors with sentiment agreeing with it. But again, I feel like we're going to get so very few signals that we're going to be kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. But, you know, let's give it a shot and see what we can get out of this. Alright, so when the oscillating line turns green, it's a signal to go long. When it turns red, that's a signal to go short. Pretty simple. Not a whole lot to it. And there's our first signal right there. Let's go ahead and also I'm going to increase the weight of these lines, make them a little bit easier to see. So we get first sell signal right there, and it obviously worked out for us pretty well. Then we get our buy signal right there. Looks like that one also works out for us pretty well. Now we pick up a sell signal here. That one didn't work out for us. That would have been a losing trade. Then we get a buy signal here. That one would have worked out for us. A sell signal back here for just a moment, which would not have worked out. Then a buy signal there. That one worked pretty good. Took off on us. See, playing it forward here. There we get a sell. Let's see. Picked up the sell right here on this one. So unfortunately, that would not have worked out for us. We get this buy off that one. That one, not so good. That one would have been really close. But it worked nonetheless. Just want to double check these real fast. Got these really long wicks, but I'm, pretty confident they didn't get to 60% or to the 60 pip take profits. Pick up a buy here on that one and a sell. It's actually a really good sell signal right there. Moving along here. And a buy signal there. That sell signal here. That would not have worked out for us very well. Then we get a buy, and that one did. So far, the oscillating form seems to be doing rather well. And it's funny because you will find, you'll find that often indicators that have many moving parts to the way it's meant to be traded, sometimes actually ends up hurting itself as the creator layers on more and more things. It actually gets less efficient, and it's not uncommon to find bits and pieces, very specific parts of indicators that you can pull out and use just that specific part while ignoring some of the other pieces. And it is very likely that this may be one of those instances. Now, I'm not sure what the oscillating line is based off of. Probably dig into the code and figure it out. I'm not sure if it's moving averages or what, but that could also give us some insight into the oscillating line itself, because it's possible that whatever it's using, we may have already tested it and found it to be a winning indicator as well. Really does seem to be doing super well. Interesting. Getting quite a few signals, but even with a lot of signals, it seems to be really rather accurate. Almost to the end of the year now. Wrap up these last couple of signals. We're gonna ignore that one because it wasn't quite in the year. Alright, so there we have it. Yeah, it's looking not too bad at all. Let's count them up here and see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and 27. So 27 signals altogether. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So 21 winning signals. That is a really, really respectable win rate, especially with an indicator that gave us 27 signals. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't expect it to do that well, but it did. I'm curious as to whether or not this might be a repainting indicator, but even at that, it didn't seem like it. I mean, I was kind of following along. It seems like all of our signals, you know, our marked spots stayed in the same spot. It doesn't seem to be repainting. Didn't see any signs of repainting, but that's a really good win rate all in all. So I'm really impressed by that. Yeah, there you go. A really great indicator. Definitely something to keep your eye on. And so it's going to go on the yes list, and we will, to be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to test it the other way. I know it sounds, I know people may be scratching their head and thinking to themselves, you know, well, it could get better, but honestly, it's just, there's no way it's going to give us enough signals in the amount of time that we need it to, trading it any other way. And I don't see it getting better than this. I mean, if someone else wants to throw it on screen and run it with the sentiment and match those up and see if it can achieve a reasonable amount of trades in a year, I would say at least 10 or more, and see if it can achieve a win rate higher than this, then absolutely do so. Throw it out in the comment section and let me know. Or if you're on our Discord, which I highly recommend you join. If you're not, then throw it on Discord and let me know there if it achieves a better win rate. But honestly, I don't think we're gonna find a another way to trade this that's going to be better than this version right here. Really, really impressed by it at this point. So, like I said, it's going to go on the yes list, and we'll move on from here.
If you have not already, like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so that way you are notified anytime I post a new video. As part of the team, it's important that you are seeing the new videos as they come out so you know what it is that we are discussing and what indicators we are testing, have tested, and have not tested. Also, like usual, there is a link below in the description to the Discord server. You can join us on Discord so that way we can further discuss the indicators and have discussions as we move forward building our trading system. And lastly, like usual, there is a link below to TradingView. If you like what you see whenever I use TradingView and you are interested in signing up for TradingView, if you use the link below and sign up for a paid account, you will save a little bit of money. So, all right, everybody, I will see you on the next video.